Check, check. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Check, check. Can everybody hear me? If you guys can hear me, type a one in the room. If everybody can hear me, type a one in the room. Check, check. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Check, check. Can everybody hear me? All right. If you guys can hear me, type a one in the room. If everybody can hear me, type a one in the room. Check, check. All right, perfect. Perfect. What's up, brother?
Yo, what's good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I had to get your opinion, man, on what went down. So the first question I want to ask you, and first, let me introduce you the right way. I want to introduce the family to our brother, Andre Berto. Brother really needs no introduction. He has an extensive record, an extensive career, but there's always somebody who's unfamiliar. So if you can, Andre Berto, could you just briefly introduce yourself to the audience?
Man, Andre Berto, man, 2004 Olympian, two-time welterweight world champion, and yeah, we've been getting it in for a nice little bit.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So I'm gonna go straight forward, man. I'm not gonna hold you too long. Question: you watched the fight last night, and you made some comments on Instagram after. One of the comments that stood out that you made was you said styles make fights. I want you to clarify that for us.
You know, like I said, we always say styles make fights. To a sense. So basically, like say a guy like Deontay Wilder. Sometimes your style can be perfect for a certain fighter that you're fighting that's pretty much going to cater to your style of fighting. That's going to make it a competitive fight, a boring fight, an easy fight, you know, whatever the case may be. And you know, last night was you know, is a perfect example. Styles make fight game because a guy like Deontay Wilder, he's been going through his whole career smashing guys, you know, knocking everybody out with one punch. But then again, to put him in front of a guy like a Tyson Fury, you see him, he doesn't look like he has all the muscles, doesn't look like that he's in the greatest shape, but he's very elusive. He can box. You know, he's very confident, very sharp. He made it extremely difficult. So for like Deontay Wilder, the first fight, and of course he won the second fight, and then you know last night you see what happened.
I know.
He's got that kryptonite. He's got that kryptonite, you know, to your situation. Like the same thing with Shane Mosley back in the day. He was a beast. He was running through everybody. But he came across, like I said, like a Vernon Forrest. A Vernon Forrest just had his number. He just had his number.
Let me ask you something. As a professional fighter, what does it do to a fighter psychologically to have two back-to-back losses to the same guy in such an impactful way like we saw last night?
It's definitely big, and I think that's not talked about enough. That of course, you know, being in a tough fight with somebody, you know, physically you're gonna take a lot of damage, but especially for a fighter or for an athlete, period, that has so much of confidence in himself, his skills, his power, and you know, getting that you know, taken away and you know, being in a process where to fight a guy to take that power that you believe that's from the gods and to get up from it and to do what he did again and again, that definitely is going to play a part. You know, when it comes to recovery of Deontay Wilder, he has to deal with a lot of things mentally now. He has to, you know, he may be doubting that power now. He may be, just doubting himself just as a fighter. You know, it's a lot of different things that you're going to find out about yourself in that square circle, man. And he feels like he's a guy with a lot of pride, a lot of ego, to be able to be in that ring in front of millions of people and to almost be demasculated by another man. It's a tough situation to come back from.
That's a fact, brother. That's a fact. Let me ask you a question. After about round 3, I want to say, Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, looked like he was running out of gas early. Yeah. How much of a factor would you say that was in his overall performance? Do you think that he had enough endurance training during training camp?
I mean, I was saying it to a lot of people last night, man. I think he came out a little too fast. But like I said, I mean, I think it was a lot of nervous energy. I think it was a lot of, with him and his new team, his new coaches. I think that he really tried to come out very fast, try to prove that he was this new fighter, that's using all these new techniques. Um, and he came out, he showed it quick, very quickly. But at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, and that big size that he had on him. But at the end of the day, a new trainer in an 8-9 week, training camp isn't going to do it for you. You're not going to implement everything into a fight that quick. It's just impossible. If
That's
anything just gets with when it comes to things that start getting sticky again, when the fight starts getting tough again, he's going to resort back to exactly what he's used to, and that's what happened last night. He went back to doing a lot of things that he was used to, but now he's doing it as a bigger man that he wasn't used to walking around with that type of size on him. And I think it kind of backfired on him a little bit last night.
Does Tyson Fury deserve his flowers?
Of course, I believe that he's the best heavyweight out right now. Um, I mean, he beat everybody put in front of him.
That's right.
He does it in fashion. He's very confident. He went through a lot of adversity. Getting knocked down and getting back up. I mean, you got to give a man his love. You got to give him his respect. You have to.
That's right. For his size, 6'9" and 270 plus pounds.
Yeah, that's great.
He's a hell of a boxer.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing with it too that makes him so special and so unique. You hardly even see, heavyweights, being able to box, period. But for a guy that size, almost 7 foot, almost 300 pounds, and to be able to be that elusive, being able to box, to have those type of skills, I mean, it's hard to find.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. In your professional opinion, where do you see Deontay Wilder, from this point onward? Do you think that he should really stop, go back to the drawing board and really, really try to figure things out? What would be your professional opinion on, let's say, the future of Wilder?
I mean, he definitely needs to take a break. These are the type of fights, especially these are the type of trilogies that can take a lot out of a fighter. He took a lot of punishment within these last 3 fights, the most that he's ever done in his career. I think he really needs to just take some time, spend time with his family, make sure to heal correctly, mentally, physically. But he has a lot of different options in like in the heavyweight division. He can fight Ruiz, he can fight Anthony Joshua, he can fight a lot of different guys. But but he has to take some time to try to get himself together, like try to heal up the right way. And that's just if he wants to do that. You know what I mean? But he's made a lot of money, so shit, he can.
Last two questions for you. First question is, what do you think about the offer that Mayweather extended to train Deontay Wilder? Did you hear about that?
I heard about it, but it wasn't gonna do. I don't think it's gonna do much. Like I said, I mean, when it comes to that, a lot of guys when they go through these type of situations, they try to, run and find these guys like the Mayweathers and this, but you can't emulate, Mayweather's career, and you can't, pick up all those skills and be able to implement it in one training camp. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I mean, a guy like Mayweather, he's been doing what he's been doing and been training a certain type of way since he's been 7 years old. You understand me? Well, he's 47 now, so okay, so he's 30 some odd years doing the same repetition of combinations and defense and this and that for 30 plus years. You're not going to get it down in 8-9 weeks. It's not going to happen.
Last question on the way out. Who in the heavyweight division today can beat Tyson Fury, and why?
Nobody. I think Tyson Fury, he's the top dog right now in the heavyweight division. I think he beats Anthony Joshua. I think he beats this other kid that just beat Anthony Joshua.
Right.
I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody. Beating Tyson Fury right now. He's too big. He's too skilled, and he's too confident.
That's right.
Now too. So I don't see anybody touching him right now.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Could you also just plug in for us some of the things that you got going on the way out? I know that you got a podcast. Where can we go to listen to and watch some of the things that you got going on?
And then, of course, I got a lot of things happening. Well, actually, a lot of new things. That's about to, roll out. So, of course, they can always stay tuned on my Instagram at Andre Berto. My YouTube, at Andre Berto TV. So we got a lot of dope content coming our way, though, for sure.
Definitely, man. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for giving us your time. Definitely want to kick it with you behind the scenes. All right, brother. Take care. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace. All right, y'all. That was just our brother, Andre Berto. You just got a very, very professional opinion, a very, very professional look on the Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury Trilogy Part 3. Later on this afternoon, I'm going to have somebody that actually fought Tyson Fury before. His name is USS Steve Cunningham. He fought Tyson Fury before, and he's had some controversial statements to make in the past about Deontay Wilder and the Tyson Fury fight. Of course, you guys know that Deontay Wilder claimed and charged Tyson Fury with, loading up his gloves. And that was a very, very controversial remark to make. With that being said, Tyson Fury's former opponent, USS Steve Cunningham, who actually fought him in the ring and was one of the people to knock Tyson Fury down, he also stated that he believed that Tyson Fury cheated. But he's here tonight to offer some new insight, some new views. So for those of you, I want y'all to make sure that y'all lock in at 3 p.m. today. We are going to have USS Cunningham Steve. USS Cunningham Steve is going to be in the building at 3 p.m. to weigh in on the Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder fight and matchup. That was a hell of a fight. I'm reserving a lot of my comments for that. Once again, salute to my brother Andre Berto for checking in with us and helping us to go in. With that being said, y'all, we're going to close out now, but we will be back at 3 p.m. to interview my brother USS Steve Cunningham to share his views on the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury Trilogy Part 3. Peace. Make sure you subscribe, Zion Lex TV. All right.